I'll never forget the day my life changed forever. It wasn't the day I got accepted into university, nor the day I met the love of my life. No, the day that shaped everything was the day my own mother slammed the door in my face and told me to survive on my own. I was just 18. No safety net. No backup plan. Just a bag of clothes, 400 quid, and a heart filled with both fear and determination. First, I stayed with friends. I told myself it was temporary, that my mother would come to her senses. But days turned into weeks and weeks into months. The generosity of friends only stretched so far, and soon I had to face reality. I got a job at a local fast food place, working long shifts just to afford a tiny room in a shared flat. My coworkers were kind, but life felt like a never-ending loop of exhaustion and survival. But despite it all, I had something my mother never counted on: determination. I refused to let this be my ending. I had always excelled academically. So one night in that tiny freezing room, I made a decision: I would go to university. I applied, took out a loan, and prepared to start a new life. But strangely, my mother still kept in touch. First, I thought she was checking on me, but then the emails started coming. University is for rich kids. You'll never fit in. You think you're better than me? You'll never make it. You'll regret this. It was as if she wanted me to fail. Like she needed me to suffer so she could feel justified in what she did. Eventually, I stopped telling her about my life. That's when I met him. My future husband. But back then, he was just a student like me. Kind, humble, and down-to-earth. He shared a tiny apartment with his friends, shopped at for years. I never suspected a thing. We built a life together, facing struggles and joys side by side. He never made me feel lesser for my past, never looked down on me for having nothing. It wasn't until years later, when we were about to get married, that I realized the truth. My husband wasn't just well off. He came from an extremely wealthy family. The kind of wealth you only hear about in movies. But he had never used that wealth to define himself. To him, it was just background noise. He had built his own life without leaning on it, just as I had built mine from nothing. And that's when it hit me. I had done it. I had proven my mother wrong in every possible way. My mother never knew. She never found out about the life I built, the love I found, or the success I achieved. She passed away thinking I was just another failure. Just another useless liberal with a pointless degree. But here's the thing, she was wrong. So wrong. I now have a PhD. I work full-time in my country's public health department, making a difference in people's lives every single day. I am not the person my mother believed I would become. I am more. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that people will try to define you by their own limitations. But your story is yours to write. Have you ever had someone doubt you only for you to prove them wrong? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe for more.